Hello beautiful people, wherever you are, welcome back to back again to the root of today. And here we are, it's one-on-one live coverage that's going to be coming to you live one-on-one as we are just engaging together. New Year! Wherever you are, thank you very much guys for your support and always coming together so as you can just cherish together as a team and make sure that everything is coming to you live. The breaking news is that we're going to be having today are so many as possible, because as you are just tuned to make sure that we are filming and getting it happening for today. And here we go, the tangle gonna be starting right now here, and we really appreciate for everyone who has just happened to see the Happy New Year. This kind of the videos coming on the Happy New Year wherever you are, 2025, and we're gonna be tangling to make sure that we're gonna be revealing everything that we're gonna be coming out from the essential points that we are as Nyabohansa gonna be tangling to be part of the YouTubing, and people gonna be getting the Happy New Year wherever you are guys. Folks, for today we have much of the things to tell out because we have been addicted and we have been put into a dilemma where we have to make sure that we are seducing everything and making it happen, as we're going to be tangling on this kind of a video to frame it and make sure that we're going to be getting everything and pinpointed as things are moving helter-skelter by today. So here we go. The security is tight. Fantastic. Wow. Fantastic. Security is tight. Here we go, and we commence this kind of the journey as we're going to be making sure that everyone is getting this kind of the breaking news that we have. You know guys, as we ever talked about, we have much of the things to reveal, but how this kind of the things going to be coming, we are always talking about why is now Kenge family coming out to seduce and making sure that they are using illiterate people, and I've ever talked about this kind of the essential homicide that they're just using, so as they can just use it as a tactful odyssey. Why am I talking about this one? Because they know that if they use this kind of illiterate people who don't have any, even a WhatsApp, even a Facebook account, they're going to be tangling with them. Because I have a clip of yesterday that Lady J was talking to a man called Dagi, talking about, hey bro, you know, you have to stay here, this kind of the team, it's don't the team that will ever feed you, they're talking about it will ever give you much of the things and you will enjoy. Why is Lady J talking about that he has to stay in their position so as he can enjoy? Think twice, because things are going to be coming out like this. Lady J is making sure that he's putting this kind of a man who came from Qatar recently, because he has money now. He has bought a car and is now driving in Nyabohanse. So they want to use the same car, because the other one, which is the Peugeot, it's not working. It's already, I don't know how it was dismantled, and even it cannot be put oil and it cannot be put fuel, which is enough to drive. Imagine a person like Lady J going to fuel a car with the 200 shillings like a motorbike. So you can just wonder, is that a vehicle, or at least you're going to be having a motorbike? Though he bought a motorbike to the dad and it's no longer be found. I don't know if he hired that kind of a motorbike, talking to the people, hey guys, the motorbike is here, I've bought to my dad. It was a chocha. Here in Africa, we talk about chocha. But the fact is one, Lady J is there to make sure that he can consume. He can use people as best as possible who are illiterate, who they know that this kind of the people, even if they will come back to know what is the platform, they will have consumed everything from them. They'll have consumed every illiteracy, every knowledge that they're going to be having. And they're going to be using this kind of the people. The same it appears to Kenge. Why do I say so? Kenge has ever been employing people who are illiteracy, people who cannot even buffer to know how is my cucumber working. A person who can never know that whenever you go to a toilet, whenever you go facing the toilet, whenever you reach to the toilet, you have to turn back and look at where you came from. The people who cannot even recognize that they are people who can work and earn a good amount of money. They think about, oh, if I get a person, or if I get such kind of a place where I can work, I'll just make sure that I will be making money from there. I'll be paid every day. That's a very big man who has money. Not knowing that there are so many people who have ever worked there without even being paid any kind of a single cent. Why do I say so? Go ask Mogesi. Mogesi will tell you that I planted trees, more than 40 trees, and every tree was to be paid 1,000 Kenya shillings whenever it reaches 1 meter. And whenever it goes to 2 meters, it goes to 2,000 Kenya shillings. Every meter. But whenever things changed abruptly, the trees had grew, and there's nothing was ever told about this is yours. And whenever he was training the horses, there's nothing that happened. Look at me. I worked in the fish. We were chased everybody. And there's nothing. He thought that this kind of the people gonna be coming to do the work, but they will never do this kind of a YouTube platform. And whenever he saw that this YouTube platform is now benefiting them, then him, he's gonna be throwing you out like a Cherokee drum. He's gonna be hitting you like a donkey. So as you cannot survive. And this is the biggest thing that he knows. And the same family. Why do you see always Lady J is alone? People have never recognized. Why is Lady J always walking alone? Always himself. And sometimes he's only picking this boy called Hello Baby. Only. Why is it happening that way? It's because talk about Hello Pengo is only there to be seduced, to be used, because one of the men or one of them is a lady also, because you can relate the sound, who can speak and who cannot speak. So the real fact that is coming out from those positions is that this kind of the people are using themselves. It's either didizing or antagonizing. So you can just get the point. So the valid point now coming out, it's the same whenever you go to Gunmo. Look at Gunmo. Have you ever seen Gunmo having much of the people, apart from whenever Ian is sent to the village? You can never see them with any kind of a person, like a friend. That's why you can even see whenever Kenge Firstborn saw that, I'm now getting some sponsors here and there and there and there and there and there. They were engaged. You can just remember there's a time Gunmo was ever making sure that he was constructing a perimeter wall. Kenge Firstborn was there as a top mason. And Gunmo chased the top mason and talked about, you are here to use my people, and you want me to give you a shout out. So as you can I'm just sympathizing with such kind of a thing, and it is happening from Nasto, from everybody, from Lady J, from Gunmo, and those are the people who are always that way. And also we have another lady called the Mwangu. This is how they are. They behave like crookeds, because they think that whenever you give somebody a shout out, they're going to be picking everything from you. And that's a fact. Because whenever you go and talk about, hey bro, I need a shout out from you. No, I don't give shout outs. No. If it's not that way, you'll be talked about. No. Have you ever seen somebody? This is Gunmo. Gunmo tells you direct. And that's what is always good about. He can tell you direct. I don't give shout-outs. Because of what? They know that they have to stay with their donors who are there. Like a person like Nasto is talking about, no man, if I give you a shout-out. Look at whenever this kind of a boy called Maja K.E. Maja K.E. was ever going to Nasto. Why can't Nasto help Maja K.E. and retain the channel? It's because Nasto knows whenever this kind of a boy engages, it's going to be dismantled. And they were ever helped. And yet they can just talk about, no, I cannot get this kind of a boy to this kind of a position. So in terms of that, I gauge that we have a problem still. And whenever we go to this kind of the point of talking about the reality of how this kind of the YouTubers are behaving, whenever you see this kind of a person like Lady J moving from one position to another, it means that he is always alone and talking about, this and this and this. And every time he's a secret person. Whenever he's going to wash a car, he's just going and sitting there, talking to the phone here, for several hours. But you can never see any person there. Why is it happening that way? They know that they know what they are doing. It's either they're didizing or they're antagonized. That's the fact. And it's the same to Gunmo. He's even storing a man from Jamaica, storing him to the house so as he can test the cucumbers and make sure that the server is opened. And that is, you can now imagine that this kind of a guy called Gunmo is just leaving the wife to go and sleep in the small house, or otherwise, because they're not sleeping at the same position. Because everybody has, this one is there like in the store, the other one is in the bedroom. That's how they're working. Even if a guest comes, the guest is given the bedroom So as the wife can just go to the store and sleep there, which is illegitimately an engagement which is not serious. That's the point that we are talking about. This kind of the people are manipulating people. They know that we have to keep our own audience, which is not even guaranteed. Because if Nyabohanse has this kind of the YouTubers, it means that it is random. This kind of a notification can reach a person, can reach a rich. It will reach everybody. And whenever it's just putting, oh, this and this, that's why you can even check, even to date. Lady J is using a family that he knows there's no camera, there's not even a phone in that family. Why they choosing such kind of the families like Kenge? It's talking about, oh, you know, we have to do this and this and this. So as whenever it will reach at a time that you'll ever know that a phone is essential and you open a YouTube channel, it will be too late. That's how they have already been consumed. And the Kenge family, it's how it's acting upon it. Get it? Thank you very much. You know, whenever we come to the same point, talking about, you know, Kenge, whenever it comes to the serious matter, is not always happy with the villagers, with the neighbors who are around him. Huh? Why am I saying so? Kenge is always coming out to disgrace and talk about, you know what? This kind of the boys, oh, that this and this and this, they ever came and I was helping them. How can you come and talk about I love your neighbors, yet you are coming out to tell people, whenever I put solar panels, I will not put an electricity to this village, and I know that this electricity is going to be helping much of the people in the village. I'm going to put solar panels and I will add another ones so as I will supply electricity in that village. Apart from, imagine the solar panel, to put those solar panels to Kenge home, it was 1.8 million Kenya shillings, which is approximately it's 1 million. It was brought with the Didi uncle, and 600,000 it was given out from the Kenge driver, who was being promoted with money from one of the families from France, so as he can just purchase the plot. And they paid 600,000, and the Kenge added 200,000 because his accounts were drowning. And the fact is now coming out clearly. So whenever Kenge is always looking for donation, it's a fact. He doesn't have money. The fact is one. Whenever he's talking about, guys, I'm going to be buying a limousine. Whenever we were going to Masai Mara, let me tell you a story. We were traveling from here to Masai Mara. We were so many people in that kind of a tourist vehicle. And we were in a motorbike first. Whenever we landed there, we were Luka family, Kenge driver, talk about Gintu, talk about Didi Anko, Morgan Chronicles, Gunmo, and talk about Kenge himself was there. I think Gake also was, no, Gake, we left him at the villa during that time. And whenever we went, I was driving two people. Talk about Kenge driver was driving two people. Luka family was driving the wife. Talk about Gunmo was driving. I think it was himself. And we went. So whenever we reached there, Kenge started talking about, you know what? How these things are going. You have to get inside there, and we have to alliterate. And the same time, he was ever talking about, guys, this kind of a position I am. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. Why do I say so? This kind of the story is coming in a way that Kenge was ever using people in a way that he knows that I love this, I don't love this. I love this, I don't love this. Into a simple term, Kenge hates people who he knows that once upon a time, they'll come to take over the game. Let me tell you a story how it was. Whenever we were going in Masai Mara, we were so many people in that vehicle. And whenever we reached at that segment, because we used motorbikes, and everybody was in a motorbike, like Gunmo was in front because no one knew at which kind of a position are we heading to. Gunmo was in front of us with a motorbike, and Gintu was following me and Didi Anko and Morgan Chronicle. And Kenge driver was there behind Gintu with Argentina Longnose and Kenge. The other side of the fourth video, it was Luka family, which was Luka and Luka himself and the wife. So whenever we reached there, we left Gake at home. Whenever we reach there, we got that we have to book a vehicle that will be turning us round and to that kind of a place, so as we cannot be attacked. You should be either you have your own vehicle and you have to register before getting in, or there are so many vehicles, talk about safari vehicles, parked outside there, so as we can go and book. It is 17,000 Kenya shillings to book, so as it can just turn you round about the park and come back, because we have Northern Mara and we have Southern Mara. So whenever you are just asked, are you going to the Greater Mara or you are going to the Northern Mara? So whenever as much of the people talk about the Greater Mara, that's why you can just see very many wild animals. Talk about even the wild beasts, how they're just crossing the river from Tanzania to this. So it was so fantastic. Whenever the vehicle was so good, we were just driving. He was talking about, hey, I'm going to train Kenge driver so as it can be, can just be driving such kind of the vehicles. And it was about, okay, just that's a good development. We need it. And he was talking about, guys, in December, promote, help me so as I can just purchase a vehicle, so as I can just, or safari vehicle. I think I will buy it. I will have to buy it. So he was ever promising himself whatever he knows that he cannot purchase. So the fact now comes out this way, that we should have, even if we have the conscience of talking about, hey, I have to achieve this, I have to do this. Yonia? Sawa. So we have to achieve this, we have to do this, but to the real fact, to the real sense, Kenge is ever drowning. Kenge is ever dreaming. He can never come to the conclusion, because even the Didi uncle was telling about, yeah man, you have to buy this one, man. You are a big man, and yet you cannot even buy a vehicle because of what? Because even the same party, whenever the party was there, let me tell you this kind of a story again. Whenever the party was there, Kenge himself came out to tell people, I'm not being paid for 3 months. Why is it happening that way? His accounts were hacked, and people don't understand. Because I was there, I was seeing, even the party was run with the well-wishers who came in. That's why Kenge talked about, if you want to get a shout-out, you should come with a present, so as you can get a shout-out. And he was venturing mostly to the people who came with goats, who came with cows, who came with chicken, who came with cooking oil, who came with the fuel for the generator. Why is it happening that way? It's happening so as people can just understand it this way, as if you want to get something like a shout out, you have to pay for it. And no one could ever tell you that you can just go there without anything, so as like a package, so as you can just get a shout out. It was not even guaranteed 100%. So you have to do something which is tangling to his own position only, and get something that you're going to be needing. Into that kind of the subsequent adding of the idea about it, Kenge was ever knowing that this kind of the villages, that's why he was ever releasing much of the toxic substances. Talk about the sewage to the water, so as he can ever, was about to drill a borehole and to his compound, so as he can be supplying water using solars to every point of the villages. Why is it happening that way? He knew that if he can venture into such kind of a business, it's going to be working for him. Why is it going to work for him? Is that he's going to be collecting money from the villagers as he spoils the river, and people are going to be sick. Look at how this kind of the things are happening. Kenge knew that this kind of the people who are outside here, no one will ever speak about it, because Masubawan was here. He could not even know what is going on at the villa. So that's the time that Kenge messed, and putting us into that kind of a position, not knowing that whenever you can just mess, everything gonna be rampant. So he never knew such kind of a scenario gonna be coming out clearly and evidently, that we are there and we're gonna be filming and bringing people to the reality that people should be there. It's the same whenever we are talking about Kenge right now doesn't have money. It's the same. And the fact is, everything that he was ever doing, it came to a collapse. That's why he's always praising the sister, so as he can just talk about, hey, I'm sympathizing with you right now, I'm doing this, I'm getting this, I'm getting this and this. Why is it happening that way? It means that Kenge himself, he knows Even yesterday but one in the live, he was talking about it, that the sister was the one who was making money using the nudes so as he can get a lot of money. And it was 40 million Kenya shillings that he went and bought much of the luxury house in Nairobi. The sister bought a car, talking about it's a present to my mom. Yet the mother, she has never been even sitting in that kind of a car, because it's driven, only people who are being driven inside there. It's only ladies and talk about the conduct. And the mother is left behind because of what? The mother has nothing to offer to that kind of a home right now, because she is just talking about, oh, church. But whenever it comes to the reality, she is the person who is obligating the law. He cannot even saunter to the front seat where even a man of clutch, or talk about the clutch man who is on duty on that day in terms of the service, can ever talk about, oh, now the honorables are just onto this kind of the position. It can never happen that way. So the fact can come out clearly as we're going to be backfilling this kind of the spots that are always, talk about the small potholes, or in terms of fish farming, you can call them the small barrows that are being created into this kind of the Nyambohanse vividly by making sure that we have to talk about it clearly. We have to fix the nation clearly. We have to make sure that this kind of the obligations that are coming out, not only to the fact that Kenge is knowing what is happening and is not talking about his own clue. Is now coming out to talk about, now we're going to be a reactor again. So we are just sympathizing with such kind of a person, because is now looking for every kind of a possible route, because even the views are now dropping. Talk about even people who are watching, because it's now becoming boring. People are now becoming heterozygous into that channel and coming out to talk about, hey, you know what? You have been already thrown into a pogrom. You have been already thrown into an imbroglio. And that is the fact that is coming out with how the things are going. Look at this kind of a scenario. You know, whenever Kenge I used to have money, it's the time that he started this kind of the building, because he ever came with much of the power, talking about, you know what, I'm going to build a very big villa, I'm going to name it Villa Mendijin, and going to be very fantastic. People contributed, people engaged. So as this kind of a platform can go further. And Kenge was ever spoiling his own money using, you can just remember that the other girl whom he paid $2,000 so as he can just only hinge cucumbers, only tangonize the cucumbers so as he can just enjoy. And he can not only pay such kind of the money, because I told you the other lady came out and talked about, if Kenge needs you, that's the time he can even do anything bigger to you. But if he doesn't need you, you are nothing. That's the same thing. He thrown us into a pogrom. That's the time we were told about, you don't have anything to offer to my area. Because look at even the pets right now at the villa. They're just dying. Even whenever it rains, only even God is the one who is just protecting them. Because of what? Talk about the horses. They're going to be, it's only some couple of a moment you'll hear that one of the horses, and no one will ever tell you, because it will die and it will be silently buried. So as people cannot get the link about this is what is happening. And the fact is one, you might find even one right now, it's not available. So that is just a clue I'm giving you, because I'm going to be coming to you live so as I can give you the valid report about what is coming out. Because whenever we talk about that one, no one is allowed to film those kind of the horses and to the villa up to date. Have you ever seen anyone? Have you ever seen anyone filming them? It's because they are told, don't film, because this kind of the pets are going to die. Why am I saying so? The ribs were out, like we can talk about the ribs were out, you think that it's a butchery already standing, so as people can cut meat and go. So it is so nactic, it's so heterozygous, it's so minute, and people cannot even understand this kind of the portfolio, how it's going to be dropping such kind of the things. You know, the same pathway, whenever we talk about whenever Kenge missed, it's the time we was ever getting donations and using the underage ladies and using much of the ladies who cannot even fit his own size. And talking about, whenever this diary came out to talk about, there are some of two ladies who came out from Kenge's position, and I saw them with my eyes, but it was very early in the morning. I could not know who specifically is, because she was now like a visitor during that time. the fact now comes out clearly. And whenever she's speaking that way, there are two ladies who are working there. Already people knows who are they. And the fact comes out, Kenge cannot talk about it. He was ever promising them honey at the end. Talking about, I'll take you to Canaan one day. And whenever talking about, he never told them that Moses will reach at the time and die before they reach to Canaan. So whenever sometimes you are telling people the fact that, oh, I want us to move from one position to another, know that is there going to be a repercussion? Is Moses going to die? Is the brother to Moses going to take over the responsibility? Whoever knew it? Who could know it? So Kenge, whenever is coming out, he should be so specified. So as he can just be telling people the real fact about what is happening, and this is what is happening. And why is Gintu talking about Kenge, and I am educating the nation for free about the conman and the scammer called Kenge, who is bringing people what they did not commit. Maybe he's dreaming sometimes. Let me say this kind of the point. Whenever I come out with much of the points to tell people that this kind of the one-on-one live, it's always so educational, and I'm getting people and I'm telling people as a fact that everything that is always coming out from my mouth, it's always being discussed already, and I've antagonized it, and I've made sure that this kind of the content, it's so fabricated. Why am I saying so? If I am outside here to make sure that I'm rectifying the mistakes, why is one coming out to talk about, no, Gintu, you could have talked this way? They want to control it. And it's the same way you saw Kenge has been controlled, and the channel is now not working so much. And that's why he's always blaming people and talking about, hey guys, I need donation. Even for the Pampas, you're going to be needing the donation. Even talking about, hey guys, I want a tissue. You're going to be asking even from the platform, guys, today I feel like using a tissue. And we are just sympathizing with such kind of the scenario. It's going to be happening because Kenge never trusted himself, never knew that this kind of the things going to be changing. And that's the time I talked about, if YouTube can just be withdrawn from the service, can be withdrawn from this kind of the platform, people going to be going back to the Stone Age. And that's a fact. People is going to start from Homo erectus and discovering fire. And I'm telling you this as a fact because people don't understand that we are rectifying the potholes that are already spoiled the road that was already, we can talk about the road that was graded, like the time that this goon called Cecile graded the road to Kenge. Right now, it's already developing some potholes. And if it could be a fish pond, I could have called it some barrows. So as this kind of the things, how they're coming out, it means that this kind of the young generation, like right now, we have very young YouTubers who are now joining the YouTube as they have just already finished the Form 4. Now they're outside there, so they're being engaged. Look at whenever people are talking about, guys, is a new YouTuber coming in. I know what, I think you know what I mean. You have ever seen some people talking about it. Talk about Nasto is introducing much of the girls. Talking about, hey guys, go support my niece. She's just a new YouTuber. That is happening. But whenever I speak this kind of the thing, so as this kind of the people cannot be misused again the way this kind of the people have been already misused. So they will know that Gintu is there, and whenever I will receive something that is not working meticulously, I'll come out clearly to tell people that this is not good and we have to change about it. Today, I was having a little bit of a walk in Nyabuhase. Then I met with one of my G, talk about my good person called Mwita Jr. By now called himself Mwita and Better. So it was just, we were going to make sure that we are going to visit. I told him that I'm going to visit one of the family that I ever checked, and people contributed to my channel, talked about once you receive that kind of the money, go and surprise them. So that money, I got it, and I have gone to surprise the same family without any acknowledgement or people not knowing that it's the money that they contributed to my channel. And they talked about Gintu. This kind of, you know guys, whenever you contribute your money as a super thank or a super chat, it's coming to my own attention. It's cut a half, and I received money which was around 5,000 Kenya shillings, and others was for the video payment. So the real fact is coming. I've spent the whole 5,000 Kenya shillings unto them. Why am I saying so? It is a balance. It's like a debt that I left behind and I don't have. And I told people, if you want your own things to reach the ground, use Gintu only. And your things will ever see them working at the ground. Why am I saying so? It's because people want to manipulate. People want to talk about, oh, this and this and this. But we have to strengthen the record. And the same point I was talking about, right now in Nyabuhansi, it has become like a circus. It has become like a competition. It has become like people are now talking about, if I want to construct, I have to do this so that I can construct very early. This kind of the young people are coming in as the young YouTubers. And they hear that if you want to construct very fast, you have to engage in this kind of the portfolio or this kind of the browsing team so as you can get money and start construction as soon as possible. Which is impossible, and even everyone is talking about, no, they should not go in such kind of a road. Why are we now there as YouTubers? We have to give them the right direction. So as we cannot mess the way Kenge messed. Because whenever Kenge introduced it, he never told the people that there's another platform that if you don't need that YouTube is paying, go to the other platform and the sarcasm there, make your own cucumberizing there, make your didism there, make your viscerization there, and you'll just get money, a lot of money. But the fact is now, whenever I'm out with such kind of a report, I'm talking about, guys, this kind of the young ladies who are being introduced to YouTube very recently, they're going to be engaged, they're going to be taught with this kind of the people. But if I come out to tell them that don't engage, or they know that Gintu will expose, they'll just try to do what is necessary. And people don't get it. People hate Gintu because of disposing much of the things which are catastrophic, which are catastrophizing our own nature of working. And the fact can come out. If we mess that way, how can we strengthen Nyabuhansi to make sure that we are on one panel? So as people can know that if I do this, I'm wrong. If I do that, I'm correct. And we should not mess the young generation that's coming into YouTube, because there are many. As we can mess them, we have messed with everything. If we mess them, we have now messed with the generation, which will now become so tragic than even now. Because people started 3, 10, 4, now, how many years back, whenever they were introduced, Kenge told them there's another platform. But whenever they now come in, like right now, there are so many ladies going to be introduced to the YouTube platform. And there are so many who want to engage. But they should know that there is suffering in this YouTube platform. There must be a suffering. No, they don't think that water will be flowing in a systematic way. No, water will be coming in a meander form, water will be coming slowly, water will come in a steeper position, water will come in a high speed, and there's a time water will become large volume and it will move slowly. And that is the baddest water ever. And whenever we talk about that one, you will ever see people right now starting a YouTube channel talking about, hey, guys, I'm starting with maybe the home vlogs here. Tomorrow, you'll talk about our guys for the first time having a flight to the United States or having a flight to Nairobi. You'll just be wondering, is this person being paid? Even before even he's monetized, you'll find that people are flying already. And you'll just be wondering, this person maybe has a sponsor, has a person. These are the sponsors we are talking about here now. But if we don't rechannel ourselves and tell them the fact about I'm fixing Nyabuhansi, we are trying to make it happen so as people can know this kind of the things that other people are doing, it's not meticulous. It will come again at the far end. Maybe it's not today, maybe it's not tomorrow, maybe it's not tomorrow but one. It will be maybe the other days. Maybe talk about the future. Whenever you will just get such kind of the things now onto your home, you'll just wonder, why did I do this? Go ask a person called Irene Jep. He ever recognized, ever saw the reality. From one of the pastors, one of the YouTuber went to the pastor crying, talked about, guys, God help me, God excuse me. Because the same nude photos she was sending, they came back to the parents. And people don't understand. Whenever they will go back to their homes, and that's why I said, we have sicknesses that gonna be left to us. They're going to be very biggest misery of diseases outbreak in Nyabuhansi. And it's going to be happening. And yet already it has happened, because right now Nyabohanse are gonna be going to be ranked as one of the biggest affected village in Kenya in terms of diseases protruding. Look at what is happening. Even if a person comes from out, whether you have money only, come out to here, even if you have diseases, you'll go meet. It's a meet on a meet. Meet. So it's not going to have any kind of an impact to the Jamii. Talk about people, how are going to take us? Whenever it will come to a position of people now laying into the beds, people will just be wondering, what has happened? What happened? Oh, what has happened? It was done. And if we don't settle such kind of the miseries, if we don't settle such kind of the things, we don't talk to them vibrantly today, and people will ever remember this kind of the videos I'm doing to them, because they are of the valid things. We want to make them valid, and people should have their own self-esteem. Not only that Kenge is the one that you have to do the nudification, you have to do deism, you have to do any kind of the programmatic way so as you can achieve money. It is not effective to us right now. And people don't understand. They say that Gintu is jealousy. They say that Gintu doesn't understand these things. Yes, I might not understand, because right now you are getting the money, you are getting donations. Look at how Kenge has thrown himself. He thought that one day, he never knew that even if it will be just 8 years, 10 years, 15, 30, but there's a person who will come to rectify the problems. Not everyone will ever go hand in hand. Even if I worked for Kenge, yes, I worked there. Maybe it was a plan of God. I work there, I see, then I act and I judge it, and I put to the people so that they can just solidify themselves. And people don't understand. And whenever I come out to say, even if you have a big YouTube platform, and that's why people are coming here like subscribers to tell me that, you know what, you are a young YouTuber, why are you talking bad about Kenge? Can you go talk to him, because he's the one who started it? Can he finish it? There's a day I went to one of the portfolio of some of the YouTubers somewhere, and he hosted me, called, it was called, I don't know what, Vegas. Yeah, something like that one. And I was having a talk about a podcast. And I said, the only person who can change the narrative of Nyabohanse is Ronnie Kenge. It's either he come out and say, I'm sorry for all YouTubers, what I've ever done, let's unite again and make Nyabohanse move forward. No one will ever and ever. And I think even people will just feel that, okay, this is the time for Nyabohanse to shine again. Right now, it's now from here to other position. Gintu is with the Kenge, Kenge is with the Gintu. Gintu is with the Trench, Trench is with the Kenge, Kenge is with the Gintu. So it will be rotating here and there. It will be like a sarcasm. It will be like something that it's always telenovela, maneuvering here and there, which is a facial description that we are failing. Both of us, we are failing. Why can we address Kenge? And whenever we address him, whenever we want to come out with everything that he has to talk, is coming out to tell us, no, this kind of the people are jealousy. Even the YouTubers who are always positive. I'm just wondering, a person who is just insulting Gintu is a positive to Kenge, not to me, not to the community. It's positive to you, Kenge, not me. But whenever we say that we can come together and rectify the mistakes, see where we were wrong, rectify the mistake, see where we were just going kaboom, we come together, solidify it, make it happen. But whenever he's coming out to tell us that no, I can just see with Gintu, you are fired, I never wanted. So you think that we are just making Gintu not to shine. Very stupid mind. Very stupid mind. And that's the mind that it's not for a legend. It's a mind for a fool. For a fool who is just always speaking about, oh, this kind of the people whenever they share, oh, you are just out of my class, oh, whenever I see them doing this, you are out of my class, oh, I don't want to see you at my villa. Who told you we want to eat villas? Everybody wants to construct his own house, the comfortable house, not the stupid house that you have there that's going to be collapsing very soon. It's either you bring the Chinese so they can rectify your house. You think that, oh, because of the tiles, because of how big it is worthless. It is having nothing. It is having nothing. And he's coming out to tell us, oh, this and this and this. We are not interested with just eating. You are eating, we can call them tears of children, tears of vulnerables. And you are eating them and putting them onto your foundation and saying that you are a gentleman. For who? We are not interested with that one. So the best recap to do is to change. Look at now Gunmo. He has been thrown into a position that if he cannot go to Kenge, even look at the subscribers, is a person who could have been grown and grown and grown. But what is happening to Gunmo? Even the people who are backbenchers, who were just coming, Nasto they were coming, Lady J was behind. Talk about very many YouTubers who are behind, but why are they bypassing him? He's always self-centered in a position that he cannot go to transform his own duties. Let me tell you a story. That's why I introduced a question, and this is part of the story. Have you ever seen Gunmo having a shout out with other people, talking about today, guys, I have a surprise, or with somebody, oh, here and here and there? You'll never. Why is it happening that way? It is because he knows that whenever he goes there and the parts don't apply vividly, it will be a mess. So he has to rotate around his village. That's why they are coming out to tell you, we have some leaves that you can just use whenever in action or in part of, then you can just use a toilet paper. Why? It's because of the dirtiness of the highest order, and which is protruding until right today. And do you know, guys, we have some of the things that we have to talk and we have to reveal so as people can just get it the way they are. Because if we just be silent about them, we are going to be finding ourselves eating our own selves. That a fish has to fry its own with its own, we can talk about oil. So we have to rectify before we mess it out. And that's why whenever we come out, Kenge is talking about, no, it's just because they want to have some content out. No, it's because of they want maybe this and this and this. Oh, no, this and this, Mickey Mouse, Mickey Cat, Mickey Dog, Mickey what. It doesn't apply to us. The only thing we have to move forward and do this is what we have to do. Let's focus on our own. Gunmo right now, they were just in the fabrics. They were selecting even the shoes they were just selecting are for the female ones. Where are they going with the female shoes? Because that kind of Ramon, the Jamaican person who is at Uncle Mo, he wants to see Uncle Mo cladding in the attires, which are in female format, so as he can be aroused. Whenever it reaches a time of didism, he's already aroused and he can do the didism properly and meticulously. So as whenever the money that they will be living there so the construction can go, they have known that, okay, I enjoyed myself. And that is the biggest mistake we are ever doing. And there is always tagging, oh, respect to Conmam, oh, because he wanted attention to. This kind of the people who are coming to Nyambwase are not safe people, are not good people to be trusted. Because everyone is coming with his own attention. It's maybe they're coming for child molestation, or they're just coming for womenation, or they're just coming for menation. And that is the biggest scamfolious thing that we ever been throwing ourselves into. Why can't we change our own obligation? Why can't we change? That, guys, you know, imagine Gunmo, even if it's not the insanity or the madism, And if I'm lying to the people and I'm telling the people the real valid, the real deal, why is it happening that Gunimo with Ramon or the Mona, who is mourning whenever it comes to didization, and you are the didizer, and now you are the Mona, I'm just sympathizing, even calling themselves Ramon, the Mona, that this kind of the people, they go to a certain position, they go to like Dorina Erisha, the sister to, who is this? Let me hear. Yes. Yes. Poa sana. Niambie. Niko Aital Kuruka. Yeah. Siko home kidogo, nimetoka kiasi tu, niko Mabera. Huyo ni kiafa mgani? Oh, Wanyabo. Sasa hapo nitakusaidia aje. Hii ilikuwa ni how much? Unatoka hiyo ni how much? Wacha niangalie kama naweza, lakini sasa sijui niko Mabera bro, mpaka labda nifike home nichukue kutoka kahao. Sasa sijui uko na haraka sana. Wacha nione ka kitu nitakuwa nimepata bro. Haya. Exactly. We are having some of the things to solve out very easily. So here we go. So guys, I was just wondering still up to today that how can two people, two men, wear the same clothes so as they can match, and you say that this is done to the fiancés, it's done to the couples, it's done to the people who are in love, so as they can just show that we are together like one. But this kind of the two goons coming together to wear the same clothes and shine that, oh, we are together. What are they showing? Have you ever seen? If it's not the twins who are born twins, they can just wear it, and brothers only, or sisters. A person like me and another person wearing the same clothes, walking together, is that normal? You can rate it. Is that normal? They're just engaged in one thing. There's something that's bonding them together. There's something bonding them together, and people don't understand. The only bond that's bonding them together, it's for the construction and the didism. And people can now know that if you want to go to Kenya, there's a person who is ready. It's either you come, we'll take you from the motorbike and we'll start maneuvering whenever you're sitting onto the motorbike, maneuvering and looking at how this kind of the place is, looking at how the position is relevantly sitting on the motorbike. Is it qualified? Is it yours? So we are just still sympathizing with why is Kenya protruding and going to an extent of throwing us into an imbroglio like right today. We are still in sarcasm. We are still not understanding. Why is it happening this way? Why is it happening this way? Because people don't understand. People don't trust the process. That when I do this, I can win this. When I don't do this, I cannot win that one. But they go to a shortcut that I want my house to be in a complete. So I want to make sure that, I have a cube for the guests, or I have this for the this. And whenever now they start talking about what, whenever I join, what's going to be the impact? So the impact is there already, and you have known it. It's there. So whenever you go to that kind of an extinction, you should know that there is a repercussion also. So that is the biggest scamphonious way that we are dealing with such kind of asymmetrical things, that we know that we can use our own obrangata, which is the common denominator, to work upon them, to act upon them. And this is the final result that's going to be coming right now. You will be finding that people now will be taken to hospitals now and again. It will be now, even the hospital that Kenge is saying that you want to come up with for the mentality, for the mental health, it's going to be very assisting And most of the YouTubers will be thrown into an imbroglio. And still we have the boys who are coming in such kind of a sarcasm. And I'm praying to the living God, they don't go to such kind of the person called Kenge, because whatever comes easily, it has an impact. That whenever I go to Kenge, oh, tomorrow it'll be monetized. Yes, there's no problem. You'll be monetized. You'll get subscribers. But know that there's an impact. It's either he will ever roast you if you don't go hand in hand with him. If you don't bear your circumstances, that he has to bring you a person who will be antagonizing you and paying him. And even getting some videos from you so as he can get money. And that is why we say that this kind of a person must go. Kenge must go. And that is the real point. Let's say it. Let's say a point to be a point. Because if we don't say it, we are going to be suffering our own. We are going to have an injurious meaning. We are going to have intromedious meanings that people now, we're going to be talking about, oh, you never said it. Oh, this kind of the people, you are there. What were you acting upon? We are acting right now and we are diminished. Our sounds are diminished because they don't want us to be heard because of the truth. And they're just antagonizing and putting the talk about the security, which are the intimidations and shockatives with the such kind of the police, so that they can come intimidate and make sure that we are thrown into a pogromatic way, or in a way that, okay, this is gonna be a charismatizing way, so as they can talk about, oh, we have to move forward. There's a person who is opaquing us not to perform it. But when we come and be strong, we can win it. Look at right now. Kenge has no say. Kenge is nothing. Kenge is nothing. And that's why we say Kenge must go. That's the valid point. Let's go with such kind of a point because he has nothing to offer to the society. He's only offering to the society the stupid and the gunic people who are coming from different countries as visitors, who are coming to interject their own fruits to their own people and leave diseases and go back to their own places. And whenever now it becomes a boom outside there, they will be talking about, oh, no, this kind of the people, they are now culty, they are now, the karma has reached. So they are talking about karma, yet that the people brought it. And we have the people who are citing them to come. Oh, I'm going to Africa. Oh, there's a Jamaican person has arrived in Yambohanse. Oh, wave for him. Oh, wave for her. Oh, we are good, Uncle Mo. Oh, good Mo, do this. Oh, good Mo, hey, good Mo, good Mo. Woo. So as they can just protrude with the same sarcasm. But if we still and we say that it's gonna not happen, let it stick to our own position. It cannot happen. Whenever we say that we want to come closer and we be together and have a unitive way, unitive circle, unitive platform, they are talking about, no, you just disrespected one person. Imagine one person is the one bringing differences at the village. One person only. Not that even it's the other person. Not that it's the other person. Only one person is bringing chaotic and is bringing some miscellaneous chaotic as alisbashias that we can just handle as a team. We can come together. Pablo, we can talk about Sintake, talk about Mugesi, talk about Ernesto, talk about African village cook, talk about a strongman. We can come together and fight this kind of a goon who is already in the hearts and is just diminishing and controlling everything. Land grab is there. Molestation is there. Defilement is there. Employing children is there. Every narcissism, every nasty thing. Talk about nudic is there. Talk about even trying to act some porn is there. And it's talking about, oh, I'm the only person. It's because, let me tell you one thing. And this is going to be the start of another video. It's going to be coming. And this is just a hint. I heard about Kenge saying that it's because he's a successful goon. How can a successful person, or if you are successful, going to stay in your in-laws and be given food your in-laws and just staying there in just a very small cage of a dog and saying that, oh, I'm a successful my food? Your time is not yet coming, and they're gonna be coming. And whenever it reaches to the position that we have to handle you with care, we have to handle you, you will be a fragile ornament. You will be a fragile stuff, a fragile thing. And whenever it reaches to that position, you will find the raw materials that are gonna be coming to you. The fact has to be said, it's the fact. But whatever you want to diminish and say that this kind of the people are stupid. This kind of the people, whenever they say this, they are stupid. We are not going to do it. But what we are going to settle down and wait. If you have refused, there's no coming together. You will never go to the platform. The way you seduced yourself and you are just your girlfriend. I don't know if it's a girlfriend or it's just a woman is there so as you can just dice and only throw yourself so as whenever you are just in dry spell, you just go and hit and throw yourself out. Even is not even out the plans of marriage. You are just coming out to tell us, oh, this kind of the people, I've just fired them. The way you fired, it's the way you will come and gather us together. If it's not happening, you'll have to apologize before we accept you. And whenever you come to the village, we will find it is very, very hot. Not the way you think. And whenever it will be very hot, we will be there waiting for you. We will be there making sure that whenever you arrive, we are there bumper to bumper. Kenge, ay. It's a no-go zone. You just stepped on a transformer, my friend. Because we never get sparing any kind of a fractional distillating person. You want to have a crude oil, so as whenever you want to distillate, you say that this is a petrol, stupid. This is a diesel, this way. This is this way. This is tar, go to the, now we are tar. We are going to make, and we are the best people. You clarify as star, but we are the best people who are going to make the roads. We are the people going to make tarmac roads. And that's why we are here as transformers.